Welcome back to Journalist Hangout on Sunday. Now let's move on quickly, gentlemen. There is hope rising for implementation of crude oil sales to local refineries in Nigeria, as the federal government's committee set up for this initiative is discussing the pricing of premium motor spirits, PMS, popularly called Petrol, to be released by Dangote Refinery this month. Oil marketers and members of the Implementation Committee on Crude Oil Sales in Nigeria, under the leadership of the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, confirmed that the panel will be holding meetings this week and incoming weeks on this development. They also stated that the committee will be concluding a framework that would put a benchmark on the amount which Dangote Refinery will pay for crude oil in naira. The federal government would have to decide whether to pay for subsidies for petrol from the plant or allow Nigerians to buy the product at the market price. Ikeo, what does this mean?
This, when I read this, I saw the inevitability. If we say Dangote and others can buy crude oil naira, our country has already sacrificed. Because if we sold to them dollars, we stand a chance of making more money. But the whole idea is to keep the price stable. Take the price of premium motor spirit away from the volatility of foreign exchange. Volatility already you are grappling with in the foreign exchange market. At the present landing cost, which the Major Energies Marketers Association of Nigeria put at 1,117 naira per litre, which my own sources in the NNPC said is higher than that. Any government that has the interest of the people at heart will not say Nigerians should go and buy petrol at more than 1,000 naira per litre. And if we say people should go and buy, marketers should go to Dangote to buy directly, the price will be around this range, at least 1,000, maybe 1,200 naira per litre. Is that what we want Nigerians? Is it at that price that we want Nigerians to buy petrol? It makes no sense. So, government, the committee, the panel, and Dangote officials have to sit. They have to agree on how much they are selling products to Dangote, how much Dangote will sell to depot owners, retailers, big time marketers, the Ranos of this was the Shafar, the Sahara, all of those ones. They have to decide. People are scared because they think, our refineries have not been working. And they are seeing monopoly about to happen. Because Dangote has a refinery big enough to accommodate more than the consumption level for PMS in our country. At 650,000 barrels a day, that is more than our level of consumption on a given day. Okay. So, with the it's like he had in mind the fact that these Nigerian refineries will not work. So he decided to build a big refinery, 650,000 barrels a day. But the monopoly scares me. And I know that it scares a lot of people like that. People like Farouk of NMDPRA, who came out to talk about energy security and all that. Is monopoly that they are scared of. So the way to go about it is to sit down with officials of Dangote and to say, okay, we are giving you so number of vessels. You will refine crude for consumption in our country. Let us talk about the pricing. If I want to sell something to you, you are relying on me for products. We have to talk about the price. We'll talk about how much I'm giving it to you. We'll also talk about how much you will sell it to the Nigerian people in a manner that makes everyone happy. Because petrol, as I've always said, is a security product. We can't just have a situation in which we do not know how much they will sell petrol tomorrow. But this petrol can drive Nigerians to violence, can trigger riots if it is not properly handled. And already in the north, people are paying too much. So it has to then be decided, will government still continue to pay subsidy even on what Dangote is refining? Because as the marketers said, if it will get to like 1,200 naira per liter, if Dangote were to sell at, what is it called, bearing cost of production and all that in mind. And Dangote does not look to me like somebody who will ever sell anything at below the cost price. You know that no serious businessman will do that, not to talk of Dangote. So I believe that they will have that conversation and they will be able to agree on going forward. This is how much we'll sell it to you in naira. This is how much we expect you to sell to the Nigerian people in a manner that makes everybody at least happy. So that conversation has to happen. If they were not planning it, they must have that conversation. Because the implications of not having that conversation, of not trying to benchmark the price, is not going to be funny.
Looking at the circumstances on ground, can we really achieve a figure that will make everybody happy?
If there is a sincerity of purpose, I think these problems can be resolved. We have been having hurdles because of people who feed from our mystery. They just think, look, we don't want this refinery to work because we want to continue to import petroleum products from abroad. And also, there is also local international conspiracy, not just Nigeria alone. There are a lot of countries who benefit from Nigeria importing finished petroleum products. But I think from what we are seeing, I'm happy that at least we are trying to find a common ground. And from what we are seeing, hopefully by September, and I hope this will not be like the promises we have had in the past. Yes. So there's going to be, I think there are certain gains we may likely see, coming on, like it's going to create stability, improve public trust, and also greater access to petroleum products. But I think one of the most significant things is that, look, we are going to trade in our local currency. It's going to actually remove the pressure on Forex, because oil is the major consumer of when you sell in dollars and buy in dollars. And I also think, apart from that, for the fact that we are refining crude oil here, there are other byproducts that will now be to the benefit of Nigerians. Unlike before, when we take it abroad, all those byproducts, more than 200 of them, Nigerians are denied of the advantage. So I think I'm very hopeful, but I think we still need to have a kind of long-term strategy. For instance, in terms of even the number of refineries we have, compared with other countries, for instance, UAE, with about 4.2 million people, has 3 refineries. Japan, that's just about 129 million people, has 20 refineries.
And they don't have oil.
And they don't have oil. So just having Dangote refinery is not enough. The US has about 130 refineries. So I think given our population, we need to expand, the economic space. Oil producing communities, states like Bayelsa, River, they should be thinking of also having refineries. We have 25 licenses for modular refineries, but only 5 of them are functional as we speak. Dangote is going to be producing 650, and we need about 450. So it's going to give us more. But if other refineries are set up in the country, at least prospect of export, of some of these products will also enhance Nigerians, foreign exchange rate. So I think that we need to still look ahead. There are so many other things we need to do in the oil sector, and also fighting theft, in the Niger Delta. There are a lot of issues that are still on the ground. But I think we have made significant gains. Even when you look at production of Nigeria, it has gone to 1.2 million barrels. That's significant from around 800, in about 1 year ago. So I think we are making gradual process. It may be very slow, but in the oil sector, I don't think we are moving backward.
All right, Bikio, let me come back to you because you've highlighted the conversation or the issue of pricing. Do you think federal government should really intervene in pricing? Because what oil marketers are saying that it will be tough for dealers to buy the commodity from the plants if the federal government fails to intervene in this
the federal government has to intervene. At this point, it's only NNPC that is important because local importers of PMS decided to withdraw because of the difficulty in accessing the dollar, So now the devaluation of our currency is what has put us in this mess. We can't have a situation in which we do not determine the price. That one is globally determined. And given the fact that our currency is weak, it means that the landing cost will go up. That has always been my response to those who are shouting that they are paying subsidy. What is your problem with the fact that they are paying subsidy? You will not talk about how America is subsidizing agri products and all that in their country. Many countries of the world are even subsidizing health. So our currency declined and the landing cost went up astronomically. What do we then do? Do we then say Nigerians should go and buy at the landing cost? How much pain should Nigerians continue to grapple with? So at this point, I believe that government must intervene. We say we don't want monopoly. Government cannot simply sell crude to Dangote and not be interested in how much it sells it to the rest of us. Okay. They need to, because they made it available to him. They need to also have that discussion. How much, everything put together, how much do you want to sell to Nigerians? Because if the price coming from the Dangote refinery becomes too high for our people, it is government that will have to deal with the problems associated with that. If people take to the streets, people riot over extremely high petrol pricing, it is government that will have to deal with the situation. So for me, this government came in, increased fuel price to a level that Nigerians never imagined, and with the landing cost going up, are we going to simply say, okay, Nigerians will pay? No, you've got to do something. This is a product that God gave us. You've got to do something. If you want to bring subsidy back, to bring it back. Or continue with the way your NNPC has been handling it. I believe that government has to intervene.
All right.
Has to intervene. It's too, petroleum product is too critical for government not to find a way.
Government is even making a very good suggestion. That is to subsidize from the plant. So it means that, and they do it on the other countries, they're going to be given a lot of waivers to ensure that it reduces the price. Which
keeps the price.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for your perspectives. Let's move on quickly. Brazen as ever, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, remains adamant about the political crisis rocking Rivers State, arising from his disagreement with Governor Fubara.